I guess there hasn't been anything.
Kind of made
Which
too
is
much.
good, so it's like easier. The bar's set really low for anyone who I date in the future to come in and be like a great guy. I'll be like, how, you exist? This is crazy.
I don't think there's such a thing as falling in love too easily or falling too fast or loving someone too soon or trusting someone too soon.
Man, I'm so fortunate and so grateful of everything that's come my way in life.
I just have a huge priority on being happy.
In a world full of iconic couples, Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce have quickly emerged as the epic lovebirds of the century. They're practically giving us modern-day fairy tale vibes, jet-setting, showing up at each other's games and concerts, and just radiating happiness everywhere they go. But what if I told you their romance didn't start out with fireworks and heart-eye emojis? In fact, it was a bit of a disaster. Taylor recently spilled the tea on how she and Travis first met, and let's just say, it was far from a magical moment. While we see them now as the picture-perfect couple, their beginning was more awkward than adorable. Travis had to work really hard to get Taylor's attention. Like, put in some major effort hard. Apparently, back then, a suave NFL superstar was plotting his grand romantic play for one of the biggest pop stars in the world, only to have things not quite go as planned. But hey, who said winning over Taylor Swift would be easy? It took persistence, a little embarrassment, and a lot of charm from Travis to eventually score that touchdown in her heart. This love story proves that even when you fumble the first pass, you can still go on to win the game. Let's dive into how these two navigated their bumpy beginnings and turned things around in the cutest way possible. But before we get into it, make sure to give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to never miss out on any new videos. It's free and helps us tremendously bring out new content for your enjoyment. In a rare and super candid interview with Time after being named their Person of the Year, Taylor Swift didn't just talk about her music and career, she opened up about her romance with Kansas City Chiefs tight end, Travis Kelce, too. And get this, the whole relationship apparently kicked off thanks to a little arts and crafts project. Yep, you heard that right. I've never felt prouder or happier, and creatively, I'm the freest I've ever been, Taylor shared, practically glowing as she reflected on her life right now. Oh, and as for her new football-loving era, she added with a laugh, "Turns out football is awesome. I've been missing out my whole life." It seems like between the glittery albums and game day excitement, Taylor's living her best life in more ways than one. Taylor herself gave us a fun peek behind the curtain of her recent whirlwind with Travis Kelce. Spoiler alert, a little playful teasing can go a long way when you're trying to win over a global superstar. This all started when Travis very adorably put me on blast on his podcast, which I thought was metal as hell. Taylor laughed, revealing the unlikely start of their romance. That blast happened on the July 26th episode of the New Heights podcast, which Travis co-hosts with his brother, Jason Kelce, who plays for the Philadelphia Eagles. Normally, the brothers stick to recapping games or ranking Halloween candy. Very serious business. But that episode took a hilarious turn. Jason playfully roasted Travis about being a Swiftie and his failed attempt to slip Taylor his digits. Classic brother move. Little did they know, that lighthearted ribbing would eventually lead to the romance we're all swooning over today. Travis Kelce had his sights set on meeting Taylor Swift when her Eras tour rolled through Kansas City in early July, but he didn't quite make it to the end zone. Well, in this case, backstage. On his podcast, he explained how his plan to meet Taylor didn't exactly pan out. "I was disappointed that she doesn't talk before or after her shows because she has to save her voice for the 44 songs that she sings," Travis said with a bit of a chuckle on the New Heights pod. "So I was a little butthurt I didn't get to hand her one of the bracelets I made for her." That's right, our NFL star was ready with a friendship bracelet for Taylor. Now that's a very Swiftie move. Little did he know, that adorable effort would plant the seeds for something much bigger, even if the moment didn't go as planned at first. Taking a cue from Taylor Swift's song, "You're on Your Own, Kid," Travis Kelce decided to embrace the Eras Tour friendship bracelet trend, aiming for his own special moment. If you're up on Taylor Swift concerts, there are friendship bracelets, and I received a bunch of them while I was there, Travis explained on his podcast. But I wanted to give Taylor Swift one with my number on it. It was a bold move, but things didn't go quite as planned. She doesn't meet anybody, or at least she didn't want to meet me, so I took it personal. Travis joked, adding with a smile. But it was an unbelievable show. Turns out, Taylor got the message. Game recognized game, or at least attempted game, and soon enough, the two were in touch. We started hanging out right after that, Taylor revealed in her Time interview. So we actually had a significant amount of time where no one knew, which I'm grateful for because we got to know each other. By the time I went to that first game, we were already a couple. And for those wondering if their first date was that headline-making NFL game, Taylor set the record straight. Some people think they saw our first date at that game. We would never be psychotic enough to hard launch a first date. Since then, however, things have certainly been launched harder than Swift herself into Kelce's waiting arms and face after her show in Argentina. From Halloween costumes to the NFL fan cam, it's pretty much impossible to be ignorant of Swift and Kelce's romance. And now, Travis Kelce is also opening up about the early days of his relationship with Taylor Swift, shedding light on the nerves and excitement that came with their first date. In a recent interview with the Wall Street Journal on November 20th, the Kansas City Chiefs star revealed how their romance first blossomed, and the very relatable fear he had afterward. Travis shared that he and Taylor had already kind of been talking before they met up for their first in-person date in New York, so there wasn't any anxiety about whether they'd click. But after that first date, the worry set in. He admitted to having a genuine concern that he might push Taylor away if things didn't go just right. It's a reminder that even NFL stars deal with the same jitters we all face in new relationships. Despite the pressure of dating one of the biggest celebrities in the world, it seems Travis's charm and sincerity won Taylor over, and the rest is romantic history. I knew we could have a nice dinner and like a conversation, and what goes from there will go from there, Travis, 34, said. His inner circle, on the other hand, was a bit nervous. Everybody around me telling me, don't F this up. And me sitting here saying, yeah, got it, he added. It wasn't until after their initial date that he started to worry. As the media attention on the couple picked up, the football player feared he would say the wrong thing about the relationship and mess things up. That was the biggest thing to me, make sure I don't say anything that would push Taylor away, Travis continued. Isn't it adorable how even since the beginning, the man has been the most considerate ever? And it's lovely to see her getting the love that she gets from Travis now. Once upon a time, Taylor Swift claimed that no guy had ever gone out of his way to get her attention, until Travis Kelce came into the picture. In a resurfaced 2012 interview with Extra, the love story singer playfully admitted that her expectations had been set pretty low after years of romantic letdowns. Nobody does anything crazy to get my attention as far as guys, she laughed. Like, I can't remember, so I guess there hasn't been anything. She went on to joke that this left the bar wide open for anyone she dated in the future, which is good, so it's like, easier. The bar is set really low for anyone I date to come in and be like a great guy. I'll be like, oh, you exist? This is so crazy. One person wrote, there's something about their dynamic that's different from previous ones. Travis's attraction to Taylor is obvious, can't stop touching her, but he's always so tender. His grip is careful, his kisses are sweet, and the way he envelops her is delicate. Another shared a video of the couple and wrote, so in love. Back then, Taylor had dated a handful of Hollywood stars, including Joe Jonas, John Mayer, and Jake Gyllenhaal, but no one had quite made a grand gesture to win her over. Fast forward to Travis Kelce, and it's a completely different story. From making friendship bracelets with his number on them to persistently trying to get her attention, Travis proved that he wasn't just going to sit back and hope for a meet cute. Taylor's once low bar has clearly been raised thanks to his bold and heartfelt efforts. When Jason once wondered whether he meant his phone number or jersey number, Travis cheekily replied, you know which one. So, what do you think? Comment down below and let us know. If you liked this video, click the subscribe button and hit the bell icon to be the first to see my next video. I post updates like this every week where I uncover the secrets of your favorite celebrities.